Good morning. My name is Chris Pearson. I'm the Executive Director of Elementary Schools here in Marysville.
Hi, and I'm Rod Merrill. I'm the Executive Director of Secondary Schools in Marysville.
Today we are going to talk about a variety of issues that we know that are on your mind, including our Continuous Learning 2.0 plan and Marysville Online, as well as important facts and dates for the next couple of weeks.
One of the things we wanted to update everybody about today is our three-pronged approach to reopening schools. So at the start of the year, we will be in what we're calling Continuous Learning 2.0, which will be distance learning, because at this time it's not safe to open our schools up to face-to-face instruction for all of our students. And the second phase, when it will be safe to have students back in the buildings, will be a hybrid model. And we have worked on that over the summer with our Reopening Schools Committee. That would be approximately half of our students on campus 2 days a week, and the other half of our students the other 2 days of the week, and then one day in the middle where we can do some small group instruction. And hopefully at some point during the year, we'll be back to full face-to-face instruction that we're all familiar with, the school that we used to know about before COVID-19.
So currently, as Rod described, we are in our Continuous Learning 2.0 mode. This is a distance learning program set up where both at the elementary level and the secondary level, this daily and weekly schedules look very comparable to what a school day or school week might look like if we were back in our brick and mortar school setting. We sent those schedules out in the information yesterday, so please reference those materials and look for the schedule. But essentially, we really worked hard to balance screen time with independent work, provide opportunities for small group work and interventions, both at secondary and elementary level, and maximize the face time with kids, with their colleagues and fellow students, as well as with their teacher in order to support their social emotional learning and create a culture of school and a classroom culture that supports their sense of belonging here in Marysville. And now we are going to take the opportunity to talk about our alternative program, which we are calling Marysville Online, and answering your questions about this program.
One of the ways that Marysville Online is different than our Continuous Learning 2.0 is that students will be working independently through a provider called Edgenuity. So much of the content that students will experience are short videotaped lessons and independent work. So if your family was thinking it'd be really helpful to have my student work independently and not bound by time like Continuous Learning 2.0, this might be an option for your family.
Some of you may have the question, if I enroll in Marysville Online, is my child still enrolled in the Marysville School District? The answer to that is yes. Your child will remain enrolled here in Marysville School District if they choose Marysville Online.
Many families have asked, if we commit to Marysville Online, how long are we committing to take part in the program? We're asking families that if they sign up for Marysville Online, they stay for the semester, and at the end of the semester, if they wish to return to their neighborhood school, we would transfer them there.
Additionally, Marysville Online requires that your child have a computer at home. Now, as a school district, we are committed to providing Chromebooks to every child in our district, and we will be deploying those devices over the next several weeks. Many of you have asked whether or not an adult needs to be in the home in order to be successful with Marysville Online. For elementary-aged students, the answer to that question is yes. Edgenuity requires that a learning coach be present in the home to support students with any questions that they might have as they progress through what is mostly an independent curriculum and program.
For students in grades 6 through 12, whether or not an adult needs to be present as a student is working independently through the coursework depends on the student. So if your child is very independent and can work through courses on their own, then they wouldn't necessarily need a learning coach. But if there's someone that needs additional support or has trouble with technology, then they would definitely need a learning coach in the home as they work through Marysville Online.
Many parents have also asked whether or not Marysville Online will be taught by Marysville teachers. For elementary school, Marysville teachers will play the role of a case manager where they'll have several students that they are supporting as those students work independently in their home with their learning coach, whoever that adult is in the household. These case managers, these teachers, will support students by adjusting lessons, by checking in and answering questions on a regular basis, and supporting the family with whatever needs that they have as they progress through the online curriculum.
For secondary students, it's very similar. Each course is taught through the Edgenuity platform and has a series of lessons that students complete. Those lessons are actually video lessons taped by Edgenuity teachers, but the case management will be by Marysville teachers. And just like in the elementary example, if there need to be adjustments, or students need to retake assessments or redo portions of the course, then that's where the Marysville teacher will come in and support that student as they progress. So we really appreciate your time this morning. Chris and I are very excited about students returning to school, and we know it's not the school that all of us remember, but we're really convinced that we are gonna meet students' needs as best we can as we enter into the fall. And we're excited about virtually seeing your students in just a few weeks.
Thank you, Rod, and I really appreciate his sentiment. We are all working very hard together to create a really great opportunity for our kids, our staff, and our families to make Continuous Learning 2.0 a really exceptional experience. If this is what you have chosen, or if you have maybe signed up for Marysville Online and have changed your mind, then you are welcome to contact your neighborhood school and let them know. Or if you have questions, you can also contact your neighborhood school and ask any questions, and they will be happy to guide you through this process. We know it's challenging, but we're very excited to see all of your students virtually, at least, starting on September 9th, which is our first day of school. And one last update. This week, we are accepting damaged Chromebooks here at the Service Center by appointment. The appointment form was linked in the social media posts and email that you received yesterday. We will continue next week with our second phase of our deployment program, which will focus on 6th grade student Chromebook deployment, as well as any new secondary students. More information on this will be coming in the next few days.
And thanks again for joining us for an update on Continuous Learning 2.0 in the Marysville School District.